have a question on swap lane. Why is it back? Because we saw NIP doing it this morning. I had a hint that you come up with this as well today. Are we going to see more swap lane, and why do you think it's that strong, Caps?
I mean, they did look pretty strong.
Yeah.
The 3 games we swapped, we won. The one we didn't, we lost. so It looks like a strong strategy. Not sure what happened that game, but I think aside from that, it's definitely like strong if you know how to execute it, you know.
All right.
And it's sure we're gonna see other people try it out. Maybe tomorrow, maybe next week.
Exciting.
Lane swaps are back for the first time in years, and it was controversial to say the least. Many viewers hate it, but without a doubt, lane swapping generates early game leads for teams that can execute it well like G2. In this video, let's talk about why lane swaps are back and where these early game leads come from. The theory behind lane swaps arises from 2 important factors. 1. Avoiding the bot lane matchup, and 2. Whether your top laner is useful with less farm. Lane swapping teams send their bot lane top and top lane bot, resulting in 2v1 side lanes. This allows ADCs with weak laning phases to avoid an oppressive bot lane 2v2 matchup. As a result, they can freely farm without being pressured and scale into the late game. However, both teams' top laners get no farm, so usually the team initiating the lane swap has a tank top laner who is still useful with no farm, most notably of which is Sion. I have a video about the Sion level 1 dive strat, which was seen at MSI last year. The link to the video is in the description below. Also, in recent patches, Jinx became a meta ADC, who scales great into the late game, but has a poor early game and loves taking down towers. When Jinx is meta, lane swaps become tremendously appetizing. With all these factors in mind, let's examine how G2 destroyed BDS with lane swaps. In Game 3 of the upper bracket finals between G2 and BDS, G2 has Jinx Lulu that scales incredibly well into the late game, and they want to avoid laning against Varus Ashe. Varus and Ashe both have Hail of Blades, and double marksman bot compositions aim to aggressively snowball bot lane from level 1. On the other hand, Broken Blade is on Zac, who is a tank that can survive dives with his passive, and is still useful without farm, while Adam is on Aatrox, who is absolutely useless without farm. When the game begins, Han Sama immediately runs top, while BDS send 5 people to get deep wards in G2's blue side jungle. They spot Yike and Broken Blade, so they are made to believe that Jinx is bot and that there is no lane swap. Nuke even drops a ward to track whoever goes top. However, Han Sama is already top, and knowing that BDS placed this ward, Broken Blade fakes going top to sell the idea that G2 is playing standard lanes. But right after Broken Blade fakes going top, he skirts out of vision while Mickey also dodges vision to head top. And right when the first wave arrives top lane, Adam is shocked to see Jinx and Lulu top. In the meantime, Broken Blade knows that he will get no farm if he goes bot, and doubles down on the lane swap strategy by helping Mickey punish Adam. While it seems like Mickey is inting by being in melee range, he is just baiting Adam to keep fighting until Broken Blade arrives and burns Adam's flash. As we see, both junglers are vertically jungling on the same side as their bot lane to punish the enemy top laner if they try to farm. However, what makes G2 slightly ahead of this exchange is that Broken Blade is actively helping his jungler, while Adam refuses to adapt and still goes top, hoping that G2 is nice enough to let him farm. As Adam wastes time top, Broken Blade uses the pressure he exerts by being hidden in fog to gank mid. And while Caps is forced to flash and loses the trade, the idea is still there. G2 is maximizing the use of their top laner, who is still level 1 with no farm, by having him roam around and threaten picks. Once the junglers finish clearing their camps vertically, Sheo is autopiloting and returns to Wolves. However, Yike recognizes that denying Adam is more important than his own farm in this lane swap strategy. So while Broken Blade is able to farm safely under his turret, Adam is punished for blowing his flash earlier and falls for first blood. BDS is clearly uncomfortable dealing with the lane swap strategy, since Sheo and Adam default to standard early game setups. Sheo is full clearing, and Adam is trying to farm top. At 5 minutes, G2's bot lane is walking back top, but they saw that Adam quickly shoved the wave and is backing. This makes G2 believe that BDS wants to counter the lane swap by sending their bot lane top. And G2 sees this from a mile away, so to avoid the 2v2 matchup, Hansama and Mickey also crash the wave as fast as they can and back immediately. And once BDS realized that G2 lane swapped again, both Adam and Ice and Labrov crashed their waves and base to get the 2v2 they wanted. When G2 arrives bot, they crash the wave, and it seems like G2 and BDS are in a cycle of crashing and basing. However, this time, G2 crashed the wave but didn't base, breaking the cycle. Instead, they stay bot to prepare for a pick, and surely enough, Ice is caught off guard and walks aggressively, thinking that he needs to shove as fast as possible to base and walk top. But G2's mind games net them a double kill on Ice and Labrov. And right after G2 gets a double kill bot, Hansama, Mickey, and Yike base and run top. Broken Blade has also timed the top lane crash perfectly so that G2 can execute a 4-man dive. G2 makes these kills look so easy, but it's a fascinating strategy of syncing jungle pressure with bot lane rotations with crashing waves. Sheo then ganks mid, and Nuke manages to kill Caps, but the timing of Yike and Mickey's roam is immaculate and trades Caps' death with 2 kills for G2. And when G2 reset, the trio of Hansama, Mickey, and Yike all run top to secure first turret and the last 3 Void Grubs. G2 are always one step ahead of BDS, taking both objectives for free and making BDS lose resources by grouping and getting nothing. Right after securing these objectives, G2 back again and the trio runs bot together. Broken Blade looks for an inconceivable weak side play on Ice, and manages to get a solo kill, while Adam hasn't learned his lesson about getting dove. I would be shocked if BDS is not tilted out of their minds. And as the first teamfight breaks out at Dragon, G2 is about 4k gold ahead and absolutely wipe BDS. Hansama got so fed from diving Adam and getting first turret that he just melts everyone he hits. The game is basically over. Go next. But next game, G2 pull off a lane swap strategy again and win that game as well to defeat BDS in the upper bracket finals. As MSI is around the corner and tank top laners are back in the meta, we will see whether teams adopt lane swap strategies at MSI. But knowing G2, we can count on them to disrupt the meta and create a legacy similar to that in 2019. If you like analytical content like this, please hit the like and subscribe button for more. I am so excited for MSI 2024 and hope to make videos as MSI unfolds. See you in the next one.